You've heard it 1,000 times, haven't you? She says she wants a good man, a reliable man, a man who is kind and attentive. You listen, you nod, you become that man. You answer her texts immediately, you make yourself available, you place her at the very center of your world, and then you watch in silent confusion as she becomes mesmerized by the one man who does none of those things. You're left wondering, was it all a lie? It wasn't a lie, but it does reveal the brutal truth of female attraction. It was a test, and you failed it. You failed not because you were a bad man, but because you were a controllable one. And you must understand this, because it is the fundamental paradox of masculine-feminine dynamics that no one will ever tell you out loud. A woman's deepest primal instinct is not to find a nice man. It is to find a strong one. And she will test for that strength, relentlessly, unconsciously, for the rest of her life. This isn't about being a jerk. This isn't about being cruel or dismissive. This is about something far more fundamental. This is about your center. Does your reality revolve around you, or does it revolve around her? The man who makes a woman his entire world has just told her, without saying a word, that he has no world of his own. He has signaled that his emotional stability is entirely dependent on her approval, her mood, her validation. He hands her the controls to his soul, thinking it's a gift of love, but she feels it for what it is, a terrifying burden. Because here's the secret fear that lives in the heart of the modern woman. She is terrified of being with a man weaker than she is. A man who will collapse under the weight of her emotions. A man who will shatter in a crisis. A man who cannot stand firm when the storms of life hit. Her attraction to the uncontrollable man isn't a desire for abuse. It's a subconscious search for a rock. A man who cannot be emotionally manipulated, easily swayed, or knocked off his own path is, by definition, a man who is safe. His uncontrollability is the ultimate proof of his strength. The nice guy, the pleaser, the man who lives for her smile. He is the opposite of this. He is a weathervane, not a lighthouse. He shifts with her every emotional breeze, thinking he's being responsive, when in reality he's showing her he has no direction of his own. He makes himself predictable, obedient, and available, and in doing so, he becomes utterly, tragically boring. The mystery is gone, the challenge is gone, the test is over, and he failed. The journey you must take is not to become colder, but to become unshakable. You must find a mission for your life that is more important than any one woman. You must build your own frame, your own reality, with principles and boundaries that do not bend, even for her. You must become the author of your own story, the king of your own kingdom. And your attention, your validation, your presence. They become gifts you choose to give, not things she can extract with emotional pressure. And this will be terrifying at first. Because as you start to build this frame, she will test it. Oh, she will test it. She will push your boundaries. She will question your new purpose. She will deploy chaos and drama to see if you will drop your sword and rush to fix her. She will accuse you of being selfish, of not caring enough. What she is really asking is, are you for real? Is this new strength just an act? Or are you truly the rock I've been searching for? And when you don't collapse, when you don't get defensive, when you hold your ground with calm, loving strength, something miraculous happens. The tests stop. The respect begins. The very uncontrollability she seemed to fight against becomes the one thing she cannot live without. Because now she is free. She is free to be her wild, emotional, feminine self, knowing she is with a man who will not be broken by it. You didn't just pass the test. You became the prize. You see, a man whose happiness depends on her is a man who will eventually resent her for it. A man who builds his own happiness, who forges his own purpose, is a man who can truly love a woman without needing anything from her. And that is the only kind of love that lasts. That is the only foundation that can weather a storm. So stop listening to what she says she wants. Start observing what she is fundamentally drawn to. Stop being the obedient actor trying to win her applause. Start being the director of your own life. Forge your purpose. Build your frame. Become so rooted in your own being that your stability is a gift to everyone around you, especially her. You will be accused of being difficult, distant, and uncontrollable. You should take it as a compliment. You have stopped being the weathervane. You have become the lighthouse. And in the dark, every ship, no matter how beautiful or chaotic, searches for the lighthouse. If this message hit you, not in your mind, but in your gut, then don't just let it fade. This is a wake-up call. Like this video, share it with another man who is lost in the fog, and subscribe to this channel. We are not here to give you comfortable lies. We are here to give you the hard, liberating truth. The world doesn't need more nice guys. It needs more good men. And a good man, a truly good and strong man, is first and foremost a man who cannot be controlled.